You know that phrase, marching to the beat of a different drummer? It's never applied to drum lines. The goal here is one unified sound. But oddly enough, the mantra of the Grant High School drumline embodies that phrase, not following the paths of others.
A lot of gang members come out here, you know, they sell drugs or do this, do that.
Tevin Lee is a snare and quad player. He practiced for years just for a chance to be here.
These are my favorite sticks.
And now here has become his second home, if not his first.
My mom and my dad, I don't know where they are. Like, I have no type of connection with them at all.
Realistically, they sleep on this floor lots of times. There are times that I'm doing some stuff and they go, hey, I don't want to go home, and they'll just fall asleep right here.
You guys just rock for a whole set.
James Van Buren, Mr. V, is their instructor, starting the program 6 years ago.
We had nothing. We had about 3 drums. Some of the harnesses was held together by hangers. It was pretty bad. But the bottom line, the spirit was there.
Spirit for all, necessity for some. According to the state, Grant High is one of the worst performing schools in our area, with low graduation rates and some of the poorest families trying to make ends meet. And they have plenty of chances to get into trouble. Mr. V makes sure that does not happen.
The kids that I am with 24/7, I love them all, none more than the other.
Everybody check their drum right now.
I'm very protective of them.
It's amazing, you know, like, it's just wonderful to know that I could have somebody else to look up to. I could always talk to him about personal stuff. Like, whenever I'm sad or down, I could just come to V and, hey, man, can I talk to you? Yeah, sure thing. He's like a father to me.
There are more than a dozen students on the drumline. For some, it's a safe place, and for others, it's an incentive. Not just to stay out of trouble, but to keep their grades up, too.
Because when we tell him, like, we have bad grades, he'd be like, oh, you got to get that together before, like, don't worry about the drum line, worry about school, because school is more important. So he'll tell you to get your school stuff together, then you can come back.
Are these students your kids, too?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, how could you spend that much time without kids and not be? I mean, I tell you, they're sleeping here, I feed them. There's times that we have actually literally did 3 and 4 gigs in the same day.
The Grant High School drumline was started just for music at the football games. What it has become is getting national attention. They've been invited to play at next year's Independence Day parade in Washington, D.C. And those gigs Mr. V mentioned, they're trying to raise enough money to go. Good Morning America's Robin Roberts found out and asked them to play a private party in Hollywood.
You know how to do it, right? I am the V, and I go loud. Yeah, and I am proud.
But here's the secret. There is no party. It was just a ruse to get the kids and Mr. V to Hollywood. Instead, they were dropped off at the Jimmy Kimmel Live studio. Robin Roberts was there. But if there's no party, why did they take an all-day bus trip south?
We've been keeping a lot of secrets lately. How do you do this?
This was really fun, bringing him here to Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know how you guys did that.
So I know you think that you're here to perform at a party, but you're not.
So what exactly was it that made the kids do that? What happened on the set of Jimmy Kimmel? Well, that story I'm going to have to tell you tomorrow on News 10 at 11.
No, run that back, run that back.
I had no idea that it would be where it's at right now.
Is it too tight here, or is that cool?
No, it's cool.
We first introduced you to instructor James Van Buren, Mr. V, last night, teaching in an area where dropping out and getting into trouble is so easy. He brings stability and accountability.
Extremely important. Look at your drum.
They get out of line, I put them back. I give them room, but at the same time, I let them know exactly what I expect, and I raise the bar really high.
That high bar is the reason his students are successful in music and life.
If V wasn't there, I mean, I probably wouldn't have nobody to come to on the side. Mr. V's like always there, like when I need him.
It's exactly that success that's making the Grant Drumline so popular. They were even invited to the Independence Day Parade in Washington, D.C. next year. They've been playing gigs to raise money for the trip. Good Morning America's Robin Roberts found out and invited them to play a private party in Hollywood.
Drumline's never been out of Sacramento.
I'm very excited. I've been thinking about it all this week.
Prepared a few songs.
Yeah.
The party was a ruse, though, setting Mr. V and the kids up for a much larger surprise.
Take Mr. V and show him this place.
After whisking Mr. V away, the kids were let in on the secret.
You are going on stage, on the Jimmy Kimmel stage.
Please welcome Robin Roberts.
As you may have seen, Jimmy Kimmel teamed up with Robin Roberts, including the Grant Drumline on ABC's Thank You America. It's an opportunity kids from neighborhoods like this rarely get.
Are you proud of them?
Hey, I get goosebumps talking about it, and I get choked up. I'm a crier. I'll cry, but it's good crying.
This is where we get real quiet once we cross this door.
Can we cue the drum line?
Yeah, look who's here.
But there was another surprise in store. Thank You America was about thanking those who do so much and get so little recognition. People exactly like Mr. V.
Can you take a look and see what we have? That is your... We heard you talking about playing for the president. Is that what you were talking about?
Yes.
That's July 4th, a big event, big parade there in Washington, D.C., and we know that you all have been working really hard in raising funds so you could go there. Marriott International, they're going to provide all the hotel rooms in Washington, D.C.
Senator Guillermo, here he is. Look at this.
A check for an additional $20,000.
We've been keeping a lot of secrets lately. How do you do this?
This was really fun, bringing them here to Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know how you guys did that and keeping them in the dark, but to see when Jimmy and I said, what's that, Mr. V? And then the camera goes to him and he's looking around like, his true love for them. He's just so selfless, like many teachers are, but there's just something special about him and the way he really wants them to have this opportunity to be whatever it is that they want to be.
You helped me mature as a person and as an adult.
Making me turn around from being a shy kid to a happy kid. Thank you, Mr. V.
We love you.
Thanks, Mr. V.
I mean, it made me feel so good. So good, yeah, I almost felt like crying. You know, I go, come on. But I'm not going to cry live on national TV. It's not going to happen.
But what is happening is the world finally getting to see this school and these students in the light they deserve, and most importantly, how Mr. V sees them.
I have a group of kids that actually see a possibility of having a bright future. Yeah, it's beautiful.
If you don't have goals for yourself or you just want to be a part of the street life, like that's not really going to get you anywhere in life. So why don't you just want to succeed and make something out of yourself?